Hola, minasan! Welcome back for another round of deck analytics. Today we're going to jump into this nice new Precon from Modern Horizons 3, a tricky terrain which features Omo, Queen of Fezziva. Not a very, these are not very cheap, I can tell you that much. These Modern Horizon 3 decks are not cheap. People have been hunting them down, especially the Eldrazi. And while everyone feared the Eldrazi, we found out that Nadu, the bird, happens to be the Eldritch Abomination, wreaking havoc in the Magic scene. It is an extraordinarily powerful card, especially when paired up with Shuko. Did I ever mention that I got 4 Shuko cards? And you all saw me pull out Nadu when I did the pre-release unboxing. So, oh no, you fool. Well, yes, because this is a green and blue combo deck. Green and blue. I have not done green and blue combo for a commander deck, and I happen to have the green blue Nadu. So, I will be tormenting all of you when I build that Nadu deck. I still haven't got cracking on my spirit deck with Okagachi taking over as the commander instead of Sisei, because I moved Sisei over to my vehicle deck and made that a rainbow deck so I can have my pilots, so I can play all the pilots I got and so far. And Kenrith took over the mount deck as the commander, which really got a heck of a boost in from Modern Horizons 3. Um, Big time. So I still haven't gotten to play those yet. But nevertheless, our focus today is on tricky terrain. We're going to crack this this box open for the unboxing, see what's inside. We all know what's really inside, and go through do the walkthrough of the deck, and then we're going to analyze just how strong this deck is. So, without further ado, everybody, let's head on over to the screen. All right. So, the latest deck. My most recent deck is Kudo. Originally, it was supposed to be Reese the Redeemed, but then Savala, eager, eager traveler, eager something, became the commander. But then Kudo happened, and he became way more better than I could have ever imagined. Way better than Reese the Redeemed. Although I still would have preferred Reese the Redeemed because he fits the theme of what the deck is supposed to be about. But the fact that Kudo really changed the whole facet of the way the entire pod gets played. Yeah, I'm willing to keep him around at least until I can get Reese the Redeemed and try that out. But nevertheless, it's my second green and white deck, and that's going to get analyzed during this whole month because this whole month I'm going to be covering the decks that I have already built and show all of you what I have built so far, all the more latest decks. But right now, we got ourselves this nice Modern Horizons 3 Commander deck. Just look how nice this is. Um, she likes to duplicate herself, apparently. Battle your friends with powerful creatures and spectacular spells in Commander. Survey your vast expanse with Omo and maximize every land you play for combo potential and killer value. Ramp up and send your mightiest monsters out swinging before your opponents ever know what's coming. Interesting. Queen Omos, the shared title of identical twin sisters who rule Dominaria's island of Veziva, bound together to act as one. Come play with us. Sounds like The Shining. They probably the twins from The Shining. They got that when they got killed. They got isekai'd over into Veziva. um, ha ha ha. Look at what this says here. It says here, land a perfectly synchronized smackdown. RDRR. You get it, Bart? RDRR? There we go. Alright. And let's see if this thing could stay standing. There we go. Just barely. Okay. Close enough. Alright. Let's first see what's going on in here. This is nice, another little envelope thing. It's cool. Let's see, we got the collector booster sample pack. Got the box, the good old box. Let's open that box up. Oh, but first, here's the life counter as usual. Always the life counters. Let's see here. Yeah, these boxes tend to be pretty efficient. They're very effective. I like these. There we go. There we are. There they are. Almost the queens of Ezeba. Green blue. Pretty cool. Okay, we'll set that there. Okay, let's open this this pack up and watch the cards bend when exposed to the air. Like, watch it all get warped. We're gonna see how long it'll take to get warped. It's gonna be pretty awesome. You know what I'm saying? Let's see here. Come on. Come on. Open up, you. I'm just curious about something. What if I do it this way? How's that? Let's see. Just for all of you out there. No? Maybe if I tilt it this way, it's still fine. It's okay. It's still good. It's still good. There we go. There we go. Okay. Oh my gosh, he actually solved this. He solved this this whole setup. Let's see here. I could do the most perfect move. Ah! No! Don't do it! Don't do it! No! Oh my gosh, he's ripping the cards up. Oh my gosh, he's destroying the cards. Oh my gosh. There we go. There that goes. Alright. And here I go. Here we are. Here we are. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Watch the cards warp. Let me get this out of the way here. Let's see. We have Shilgengar from Pokemon. The latest evolution, the latest Gengar evolution, Shingengar. Shingengar. Sire of Famine, 3 mana, 2 black. Legendary creature, Elder Demon, flying. Sacrifice another creature, create a blood token. If you sacrifice an angel this way, create a number of blood tokens equal to its toughness instead. 3 hybrid, white black. Sacrifice 6 blood tokens. Return each creature from your graveyard to the battlefield with a finality counter on it. Those creatures are vampires in addition to their other types. Wow. Wow, what a great way to build a for a vampire deck. That's pretty awesome. It's pretty cool if you want to do vampire transformations. So then what do we got over here? Oh, we got vintage border here. Classic. Sling Gang Lieutenant, 3 mana and a black creature goblin. When a Sling Gang Lieutenant enters the battlefield, create 2 1/1 red goblin creature tokens. Sacrifice a goblin. Target player loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. Oh, that's interesting for a goblin deck if you're doing red black goblin. Are the cards warping yet? No, they're not. Well, that's actually pretty impressive. They're not warped. All right, so those are the collector booster sample pack. All right, so here is the Queens of Ezeba. Look at that wingspan. Let's see. Here we go. And look at that, man. My favorite tokens. +1/+1s. Love those +1/+1s. They're so effective. So very effective when you're playing that. Oh my gosh, this thing fell over. Alright, what we got here? Same thing. Community, counter life, tricky terrain. Okay, so it's another. So it's a sort of kinda. Okay, it's just telling you who Omo is. Omo. Omo. We're in trouble, Omo. And explains how to do commander. And this tells you how to do the commander rules. Cool. Okay. Alright. Alright. Let's get these tokens out. Because this costs money. Always drives me nuts when I see people throw away these +1/+1 counters. You know? I mean, I know too much is too much, but come on, man. These things ain't cheap. These, you know, these precons are not cheap. Come on, come on. Woo. This is cool. You know, it will be funny if Veziva is the one that that warps. Okay, got that out, and then get these ones out, which I still don't understand what these really are supposed to be. I don't know. Explain in the comment section what these are supposed to be. These tokens, these particular tokens. It's just not making any sense to me at all, quite honestly. Alright. So that's the content. Standard fare commander decks. You know. There we go. Alright, put that over there. Okay, let's throw these up here. Okay. Here we go. It's time. It's time for the walkthrough. Yeah. 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 Nope. Alright, let's start with our commander. Omo, Queen of Veziva, 2 mana and a hybrid green-blue. Legendary creature, shapeshifter, noble. Whenever Omo, Queen of Veziva enters the battlefield or attacks, put an everything counter on each of up to 1 target land and up to 1 target creature. Each land with an everything counter on it is every land type in addition to its other types. Each non-land creature with an everything counter on it is every creature type. 1/5 creature. Just so you know, if you're playing Sliver, yeah. If you're playing Sliver, it's a yes. Let me put Omo to the side here. So we got Jyoti, Moog, Ancient, 2 mana, green and a blue, legendary creature elemental. When Jyoti enters the battlefield, create a 1/1 green forest dryad land creature token for each time you've cast your commander from the command zone this game. They're affected by summoning sickness. At the beginning of each combat, land creatures you control get +X/+X until end of turn, where X is Jyoti's power. So basically create a land creature that is a forest dryad. Interesting. Very interesting. Fog Bank. 1 mana and a blue. Wall. Defender. Flying. Prevent all combat damage that would be dealt to and dealt by fog damage. 0/2 creature. Jyoti is a 2/4 creature. So this is a 0/2 creature. So great for wall decks. This one shocked me. And when I mentioned that this was in there, the store manager screamed, "Oh my gosh!" Urza's Power Plant. Land, Urza's Power Plant. Tap to add colorless mana if you control Urza's Mine and Urza's Tower at 2 mana instead. If you control a land with all land types, Urza's Power Plant taps for 2 mana. 2 generic mana. Urza's Tower. Land, Urza's Tower. Tap. add colorless mana if you add 1 mana. If you control Urza's Mine and an Urza's Power Plant, add 3 mana instead. If you control land with all land types, Urza's Tower taps for 3 mana. And finally, Urza's Mine. Land Urza's Mine, tap for 1 mana. If you control an Urza's Power Plant and an Urza's Tower, add 2 mana instead. If you control land with all land types, Urza's Mine taps for 2 mana. So basically, the Urzatron has updated text. So this must be the this is the most recent updated text for the Urzatrons. For those who are looking for such cards, very recent. Satyr Wayfinder, 1 mana and a green. Satyr. When Wayfinder enters the battlefield, reveal the top 4 cards of your library. You may put a land card from among them into your hand. Put the rest into your graveyard. 1/1 creature. These are actually pretty good. I like them. Even though they're one-time use, it's very, 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 very powerful. This style, this brainstorm style of card searching, very, very good. The only thing is that this goes into the graveyard, which is fine, because there's ways of getting lands out. Arcane Denial, 1 mana and a blue, instant, counter target spell. Its controller may draw up to 2 cards at the beginning of the next turn's upkeep. You draw a card at the beginning of the next turn's upkeep. So this is a hug. That's not bad. Well, I don't know if that's good or bad. I mean, it's 1 generic mana and 1 blue, but you're giving your opponent 2 cards, and you get to draw a card. It's a very unusual hug. Simic Guildgate, land gate, enters the battlefield tapped. Tap for green or blue. Treasure Cruise, wants to go on a treasure cruise. 7 mana and a blue. Sorcery, Delve. Each card you exile from your graveyard while casting the spell pays for 1 mana. Draw 3 cards. That is dumb. Everyone's favorite staple. Sol Ring, 1 mana. Artifact, tap to add 2 mana. Basilisk Gate, land gate, tap to add 1 colorless mana, 2 mana tap. Target creature gets +X/+X until end of turn, where X is the number of gates you control. Activate only as a sorcery. So if you have all the gates, basically that's how this works. Very interesting. Beast Within, 2 mana and a green, instant. Destroy target permanent. Its controller creates a 3/3 green beast creature token. That's like the one with the elephant for white. Kill a creature and you got a 3/3 white elephant creature. Tatiova, Benthic Druid, 3 mana, green and blue, legendary creature, Merfolk Druid. Landfall, whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, you gain 1 life and draw a card. 3/3 creature. This is Sithis, but more expensive. This is a very expensive Sithis. Highly expensive Sithis. Wow. I would, if you're gonna do a commander deck with this type of ability, stick with Sithis. Propaganda is a classic. 2 mana and a blue, enchantment. Creatures can't attack you unless their controller pays 2 mana for each creature they control that's attacking you. Simic Growth Chamber, land. Chamber enters the battlefield tapped. Chamber enters the battlefield. When Chamber enters the battlefield, return a land you control to its owner's hand. Tap to add green and a blue. For Floriferous Vine Wall, 1 mana and a green. Plant Wall, Defender. When Vine Wall enters the battlefield, look at the top 6 cards of your library. You may reveal a land card from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest in the bottom of your library in a random order. 0/2 creature. Arcane Signet, I've been needing these. 2 mana, artifact, tap. Add 1 mana of any color in your commander's color identity. Desert of the Indomitable. Ooh, Desert. Okay. Desert enters the battlefield tap. Tap to add green. Cycling, 1 mana and a green. 1 mana and a green, discard this card. Draw a card is what cycling does. Oh, another Desert. Hashep Oasis. Land Desert. Tap to add 1 mana. Tap, pay 1 life, add green, 1 mana and 2 green, tap, sacrifice a desert, any desert. Target creature gets +3/+2 until end of turn. Activate only as a sorcery. So this is basically Giant Growth, a sorcery version of Giant Growth. March from Velis Vel. 2 mana and a blue. What is that? That looks like a serpent. A whole bunch of serpents. Sorcery. Choose a non-basic land type. Each land you control of that type becomes a copy of target creature you control until end of turn. Gains haste until end of turn. Flashback 4 mana and a blue. You may cast this card from your graveyard for its flashback cost, then exile it. Choose a non-basic land type. Each land you control of that type becomes a copy of target creature you control until end of turn. Oh, okay. So you could turn your deserts into moonfolk. You can make desert wizards out of your land. Gotcha. Wonderscape Sage, 1 mana and a blue creature, moonfolk wizard. I think the moonfolks are from Kamigawa, if I remember correctly. Flying, tap, return a land card you control to its owner's hand. You draw a card, then discard a card until that land had a non-basic land type. 1/3 creature. Huh. I think that's a little too much. Copy land, 2 mana and a blue enchantment. You may have copy land enter the battlefield as a copy of any land on the battlefield, except it's an enchantment in addition to its other types. So it's an enchantment land. Okay, becomes an enchantment land. Alright, that's interesting. And then you could copy that out. Alright, cool. Desert Warfare. There seems to be a lot of desert theme. Desert Warfare, 3 mana and a green, enchantment. Whenever you sacrifice a desert, and whenever a desert card is put into your graveyard from your hand or your library, put that card onto the battlefield under your control at the beginning of your next end step. At the beginning of combat on your turn, if you control 5 or more deserts, create that many 1/1 red, green, and white Sand Warrior creature tokens. They gain haste. This is going into Kenrith. Because all I play are deserts. And if I get 5 or more deserts, yeah, create that many. So I could create 5 Sand Warrior creatures who could all mount my my mounts and ride them into victory. Trench Pose, land Locust. What's a Locust? Never heard of Locust before. Interesting. Tap to add generic mana. Tap to add 1 mana. 3 mana and a tap. Target player mills a card for each Locust you control. Okay. Good for mill decks. Sage of the Mage. 2 mana and a green. Elf Wizard. Tap to add 2 mana of any combination of colors. What a mana dork. Oh, that is an excellent mana dork. Tap until end of turn. Target land you control becomes an XX citizen creature with haste in addition to its other types, where X is twice the number of gates you control. Activate only as a sorcery. Tap an untapped gate you control. Untap Sage of the Mage. 1/3 creature. So it looks like gates and deserts. Gates, deserts, and locusts. It looks like land types is the big deal with this precon. Lazotep Quarry. Desert. Ooh, another desert. Tap to add 1 mana. Tap, sacrifice a creature, add 1 mana of any color. X mana, 2 mana, tap, sacrifice a desert. Exile target creature card with mana value X from your graveyard. Create a token that's a copy of it, except it's a 4/4 black zombie. Activate only as a sorcery. Huh. Interesting. Ooh, we got a frog here. Rampant Frogantua. 2 mana. Wow, he's eating that person. He's eating the delivery guy. That's pretty cruel. Attack the messengers. Rampant Frogantua. 2 mana and a green. Frog. Trampled. Frogantua gets +10/+10 for each player who has lost the game. Oh my gosh, that's insane. Whenever Frogantua deals combat damage to a player, you may mill that many cards. Put any number of land cards from among them onto the battlefield. Tap 3/3 creature. Wow. Oh, we got Cave. Cave type. Sunken Palace, land, Cave. Sunken Palace enters the battlefield. Tap. Tap to add blue. 1 mana and a blue. Tap. Exile 7 cards from your graveyard. You add 1 blue. When you spend this mana to cast a spell or activate an ability, copy that spell or ability. You may choose new targets for the copy. Mana abilities can't be copied. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. Horizon of Progress. Tap. Pay 1 life. Add 1 mana of any type. Oh, 1 mana. Add 1 mana of any type that a land you control could produce. Is this like Reflecting Pool? 3 mana to tap. You may put a land card from your hand onto the battlefield. Tap. Cool. 1 mana and a tap. Sacrifice Horizon of Progress. Draw a card. Planar Nexus land. Planar Nexus. Every non-basic land type. Non-basic land types include cave, desert, gate, layer, locust, mine, power plant, sphere, tower, and Urzas. Oh my gosh. So it's not just Urza's mine or Urza's power plant or Urza's tower. It's Urza's, a mine, a power plant, and a tower. They're all separated. That is insane. It's not like Time Lord. Tap to add colorless mana. 1 mana tap, add 1 mana of any color. That's crazy. It's every Nexus is every non-basic land type. Wow. What a card. Aggressive Biomancy. X mana, green and a blue. Sorcery. Create X tokens that are copies of target creature you control, except they have. When this creature enters the battlefield, it fights up to 1 target creature you don't control. Talon Gates of Madara. Gate. When Talon enters the battlefield, up to 1 target creature phases out. There is no tapping on this card. It comes in untapped. Tap for 1 mana. 1 mana and a tap, add 1 mana of any color. 4 mana, put Talon Gates of Madara from your hand onto the battlefield. Oh, okay. Interesting. Yeah, you can phase out a whole creature, huh? Hydroid Crisis. Ooh, a Hydra. Jellyfish Hydra Beast. X mana, green and blue. Jellyfish Hydra Beast. When you cast the spell, you gain half X life and draw half X cards. Round down each time. Flying Trample. Hydroid Crisis enters the battlefield with X +1/+1 counters on it. 0/0. I think I have this card. I don't know. I'll have to check it out. Terastodon. Sounds like a Power Ranger robot. 6 mana and 2 green. Elephant. When Terastodon enters the battlefield, you may destroy up to 3 target non-creature permanents. Wow. For each permanent put into a graveyard this way, its controller creates a 3/3 green elephant creature token. 9 is a 9/9 creature. Gotcha. I don't know if I want to hug somebody with that. Layer of the Hydra. Ooh. Land. If you control 2 or more other lands, Layer of the Hydra enters the battlefield tapped. Ah, okay. So it comes into play tapped if there's 2 or more other lands. Got it. Tap to add green. X mana and a green. Until end of turn, Layer of the Hydra becomes an XX green Hydra creature. It's still land. X can't be 0. Cool. Turns into a Hydra. Nisa, Steward of Elements. X mana, green and blue. Planeswalker. Nisa. This is a mythic. Okay. +2 loyalty. Scry 2. 0 loyalty. Look at the top card of your library. If it's a land card or a creature card with mana value less than or equal to the number of loyalty counters on Nisa, Steward of Elements, you may put that card onto the battlefield. Oh. Wow. Okay, that's insane. So that means that, yeah, okay. Okay, so it's a land card that could go into the field. -6 loyalty. Untap up to 2 target lands you control. They become 5/5 elemental creatures with flying and haste until end of turn. There's still lands. X loyalty. So that would be the X right up there. Whatever your X cost is, that's how many X. So you can actually go in hard with 10. With 10 mana. Magus of the Candelabra. 1 green. Human Wizard. X mana, tap, untap, X target lands. A 1/2 creature. um, what's the point? I mean, okay, maybe, maybe if you need other lands, okay, I'm not sure. It's kind of weird. I think I know what it does. I think I get what it's supposed to do. I just find that a weird method. Lumbering Falls land. Lumbering Falls enter the battlefield. Tap. Tap to add green or blue. For 2 mana, green and blue, Falls become a 3/3 green and blue elemental creature with hexproof until end of turn. It's still a land. Blast Zone land. Ooh, wow, look at that. Everything's getting blown up here. Blast Zone enters the battlefield with a charge counter on it. Tap to add mana. X mana, tap. Put X charge counters on Blast Zone. 3 mana, tap and sacrifice the Blast Zone. Destroy each non-land permanent with mana value equal to the number of charge counters on Blast Zone. Ooh, another Hydra. I've been looking for Hydras, quite honestly. Apex Devastator, 8 mana and 2 green, Chimera Hydra. Cascade, 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 Cascade. That is nasty. When you cast this spell, and it's a mythic rare, cool. When you cast this spell, exile cards from the top of your library until you exile a non-land card that costs less. You may cast it without paying its mana cost. Put the exile cards on the bottom in a random order. Multiple instances of Cascade each trigger separately. 10/10. I'm already happy with the Hydras. My Hydra deck is starting to look happy now. Dream Root Cascade. Cascade enters the battlefield. Tap unless you control 2 or more other lands. Tap to add green or blue. Summary Dismissal. 2 mana and 2 blue. Instant. Exile all other spells and counter all abilities. Wow. Wow. Wait, this is a wipe, huh? Hold on a second. This is a wipe. That's insane. Let's jump over here to Scryfall for a second here. Let's see. Summary Dismissal. Dismissal. That's where is it at? Here we go. Summary Dismissal. Let's see. Spells that can't be countered are exiled by dismissal. They won't resolve. Only activated and triggered abilities on the stack are countered. Static abilities of objects remain unaffected, and activated and triggered abilities of objects may be activated or may trigger again later in the turn. Spells and abilities that have already resolved aren't affected. Interesting. And you counter all abilities. Basically, you're countering the stack. Oh my gosh. Okay, so basically you're countering the stack. That's not just anything any old thing. You're countering the stack. And you exile all other spells. I'll need a clarification on that. Yavimaya Coast land. Tap to add 1 mana. Tap to add green or blue. Coast deals 1 damage to you. Flooded Grove. Tap to add 1 mana. 1 hybrid green blue and a tap. You add 2 green, a green blue, or 2 blue. Your choice. Hour of Promise. 4 mana and a green. Sorcery. Search your library for up to 2 land cards. Put them onto the battlefield. Tap, then shuffle. Then, if you control 3 or more deserts, create 2/2 black zombie creature tokens. Nice. Ramanap Excavator. 2 mana and a green. Snake Cleric. You may play lands from your graveyard. 2/3 creature. Awesome. Excellent card. That's excellent. Ooh, another Hydra. Oh boy, I'm so happy I'm getting Hydras today. Hydra Broodmaster. 4 mana and 2 green. Hydra. X mana, green. Monstrosity X. If this creature isn't monstrous, put X +1/+1 counters on it and it becomes monstrous. When Broodmaster becomes monstrous, create XX green Hydra creature tokens. Wow. 7/7 creature. Yeah, look at it. It definitely is a Broodmaster. You can see the nest. It has a pretty big nest. Ooh, boy. I've been looking for more Hydras and I'm getting them. Drowning Dreams. X mana, 2 in the blue. Instant. Choose 1. If you control a commander as you cast a spell, you may choose both instead. Target player draws X cards. Target player mills twice X cards. Oof, I wouldn't give that type of hug. Find Glimmer Snarl land. Snarl enters the battlefield. You may reveal a forest or land card from your hand. If you don't, Snarl enters the battlefield. Tap to add green or blue. Vivian Reed, 3 mana and 2 green. Planeswalker. Vivian. +1 loyalty. Look at the top 4 cards of your library. You may reveal a creature or land card from among them and put into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. -3 loyalty. Destroy target artifact, enchantment, or creature with flying. Not bad. -8 loyalty. You get an emblem with creatures you control. Get +2/+2 and have vigilance, trample, and indestructible. Comes in with 5 loyalty counters. That is very scary. That's pretty scary. Mythic rare. Yavimaya, Cradle of Growth. Legendary land. Each land is a forest in addition to its other land types. That's it. Wow. Each land is a forest in addition to its other land types. Okay. That's pretty awesome. Dryad of the Elysian Grove. Oh, is this yeah, this is alternate art. This is the female version. I remember Homelands, they would have female and male versions of the same card. Dryad of the Elysian Grove, 2 mana and a green, enchantment creature, nymph dryad. You may play an additional land on each of your turns. Lands you control are every basic land type in addition to their other types. 2/4 creature. Is this the same? Hold on, I better make sure I understand this correctly. Dryad of the Elysian Grove. Yeah. Okay. See, I have the male version. This one's the female version. All right, that's cool. That's cool. That there's multiple versions. Oh, I got another Mirage Mirror. 3 mana artifact. 2 mana. Mirage Mirror becomes a copy of target artifact, creature, enchantment, or land until end of turn. Overflowing Basin, 1 mana tap, and green and blue. That's a land. Temple of Mystery, land. Mystery enters the battlefield, tap. And when Mystery enters the battlefield, scry 1, tap to add green or blue. Chromatic Lantern. Oh wow. This is the second time I got that from a Precon. Yeah, they're throwing out Chromatic Lanterns left and right, I see. 3 mana artifact. Lands you control have tap. Add 1 mana of any color. Tap. Add 1 mana of any color. My rainbow. It's going into my other rainbow decks. I got like 3 rainbow decks. So the getting Chromatic Lantern is now a big help for each of them, because now that means I got 1 for each one. Oblivion Storm, 3 mana artifact, 4 mana in a tap. Put a fate counter on target permanent. 5 mana in a tap. Sacrifice stone. Destroy each non-land permanent without a fate counter on it. Then remove all fate counters from all permanents. This is a very nasty card. Wait a second, this is the old one. I think I have this one. The old version. Oblivion. Let me see here. Oblivion Stone. I can tell very easily. Let's see here. Yeah. No. It must have been something else. It must have been a different stone. No, this is my first time getting this. Cool. Q. Not bad at all. Not bad. Scoot Swarm, 2 mana and a green. Insect. Landfall. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, create a 1/1 green insect creature token. If you control 6 or more lands, create a token that's a copy of Scoot Swarm instead. Ooh. Alright. 1/1. Alright. Hey, another Hydra. Ulvenwald Hydra. 4 mana and 2 green. Hydra, reach. Hydra's power and toughness are each equal to the number of lands you control. Hydra enters the battlefield. You may search your library for a land card, put it onto the battlefield, tap, then shuffle, ***. Evacuation. 3 mana and 2 blue. Return all creatures to their owner's hands. Wow, that's a good wipe. That's a pretty good wipe. I like that. And it's an instant on top of that. Yeah, that's a good wipe. Replication technique, 4 mana and a blue. Sorcery, demonstrate. When you cast a spell, you may copy it. If you do, choose an opponent to also copy it. Players may choose new targets for their copies. Create a copy token that's a copy of target permanent you control. Huh. You may copy it though. It's not mandatory. It's not mandatory. But you could basically give. I would not give my. Thankfully, it's a you may, and I would not give my opponent that ability to create another token. Finale of Revelation, X mana and 2 blue. Sorcery. Draw X cards. If X is 10 or more, instead, shuffle your graveyard into your library, draw X cards, untap up to 5 lands, and you have no maximum hand size for the rest of the game. Exile Finale of Revelation. Oh, wow. Oh, man. Okay, that's crazy. That's crazy. Mana Reflection, 4 mana and 2 green. Enchantment. If you tap a permanent for mana, it produces twice as much of that mana instead. Tap a land, get 2 lands. Tap Lionel or Elves, you get 2 mana. That's not bad. Oodle, Titan of Nature's Wrath, 1 mana, green, and a blue. Ooh, very cheap. Legendary creature, Elder Giant. When Oodle enters the battlefield, sacrifice unless it escaped. Huh. Whenever Udo enters the battlefield or attacks, you gain 3 life and draw a card. Then you may put a land card from your hand onto the battlefield. Escape. 2 mana, 2 blue. Exile 5 other cards from your graveyard. You may cast this card from your graveyard for its escape cost. 6/6 creature. That's a little too much. That's a little too much for a 6/6 creature. Curse of the Swine, X mana and 2 blue, sorcery. Exile X target creatures. For each creature exiled this way, its controller creates a 2/2 green boar creature token. There seems to be a lot of cards that like to give people creature cards in exchange for exiling or getting rid of. Vezova, land. You may have Vezova enter the battlefield tapped as a copy of any land on the battlefield. Dark Depths, legendary snowland. Dark Depths enters the battlefield with 10 ice counters on it. 3 mana, remove an ice counter from Dark Depths. When Depths has no ice counters on it, sacrifice it. If you do, create Merit Lage, a legendary 2020 black avatar creature token with flying and indestructible. That is tight. Oh, that is tight. I would love to build a deck around that one. 2020 creature, man. Wow. Thespian's Stage. Land. Tap to add 1 mana. 2 mana and a tap. Stage becomes a copy of target land, except it has this ability. But then what's the point of copying it if your card's got a tap? That makes no sense. I mean, I know there's but most of the land cards tap themselves. I know you got to do the untap, use an untap ability, but that just seems like extra steps. Avenger of Zendikar, 5 mana and 2 green. Elemental. When a Zendikar enters the battlefield, create a 0/1 green plant creature token for each land you control. Nice. Landfall. Whenever land enters the battlefield under your control, you may put a +1/+1 counter on each plant creature you control. 5/5. I've been rounding up all those plant type creatures that I got from Thunder Junction. This will definitely go in here. I was thinking of plant and elementals. That'll be cool. That'll be cool. Seer's Sundial, 4 mana, artifact. Landfall. Whenever land enters the battlefield under your control, you may pay 2. If you do, draw a card. Okay. Rampaging Baloths, 4 mana and 2 green. Beast, trample, landfall. Whenever land enters the battlefield under your control, you may create a 4/4 green beast creature token. 6/6 creature. Expedition Map, 1 mana, artifact. 2 mana, tap. Sacrifice the map. Search your library for a land card, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle. Hidden Cataract. Cave. Cataract enters the battlefield, tap. Tap to add blue. 4 mana in blue, tap, sacrifice Cataract. Discover 4. Activate only as a sorcery. Exile cards from the top of your library until you exile a non-land card with mana value 4 or less. Cast it without paying its mana cost, or put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom in a random order. Hidden Nursery. Cave. Nursery enters the battlefield, tap to add green. 4 mana and a green and tap. Sacrifice Nursery, discover 4, activate only as a sorcery. Okay, that's cool. Volatile Fault, Cave. Tap to add 1 mana. 1 mana and a green, sacrifice Fault. Destroy target non-basic land an opponent controls. That player may search their library for a basic land card, put it onto the battlefield, then shuffle. You create a treasure token. Oh, that's actually interesting. Interesting thematic to that. You know, destroy the Yavimaya coast, and you now have a flat, land. you raise the land. Growth Spiral, green and blue, instant. Draw a card. You may put a land card from your hand onto the battlefield. Fair enough. Elvish Rejuvenator, 2 mana and a green, Elf Druid. When Rejuvenator enters the battlefield, look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may put a land card from among them onto the battlefield. Tap, put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. 1/1 creature. Urban Evolution, 3 mana. 3 mana, green and blue. Sorcery, draw 3 cards. You may play an additional land this turn. That is tight. For 5 mana, you get to draw 3 cards and a land drop, and a free land drop. Not bad. That's actually pretty good. That's pretty good. Harmonize. Well, this is something that green is getting big time. 2 mana and 2 green, sorcery, draw 3 cards. That is a very rare thing, and this is an uncommon. That's a very rare ability for green. Green don't do this kind of stuff for free. Look at this. It's for 4 mana and you draw 3 cards. That is cheap. That's actually a very good cost for green. Wow. Wow, they actually did that. That's not even an ability that green is accustomed to. That's usually a blue ability to do something like that. Let's see. Thornwood Falls, land, falls into the battlefield, tap, falls into the battlefield, you gain 1 life. Tap to add green or blue. Cloud Post, Locust. Cloud Post enters the battlefield, tap. Tap to add 1 mana for each locust on the battlefield, which we already saw that got 1 locust. Sylvan Scrying, 1 mana and a green, sorcery. Search your library for a land card, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle. Okay. Okay. Ooze. I already have the Acidic Slime. I got a whole bunch of these now. I'm starting to get a whole bunch of these. Acidic Slime, 3 mana and 2 green. Ooze. Death Touch. When slime enters the battlefield, destroy target artifact, creature, or land. Pungify. 1 blue. Instant. Destroy target creature. Can't be regenerated. Its controller creates a 3/3 green 8 creature token. Yeah. You know, they create these cheap costing creature kills and give their opponent something in exchange. Lush Oasis from Thunder Junction. Oasis enters the battlefield, tap. When Oasis enters the battlefield, deals 1 damage to target opponent. Tap to add green or blue. Skullwinder, 2 mana and a green, snake, death touch. When Skullwinder, oh, is that supposed to be a skull? Interesting. When Skullwinder enters the battlefield, return target card from your graveyard to your hand. Then choose an opponent. That player returns a card from their graveyard to their hand. That's a hug. Desert of the Mindful. Desert. When Mindful enters the battlefield, tapped. Actually, not when. Mindful enters the battlefield, tap. Tap to add blue. Cycling 1 in blue. Command Tower. Everyone's favorite staple land. Tap to add 1 mana of any color in your commander's identity. Poison Dart Frog. 1 mana and a green. Frog. Reach. Tap to add 1 mana of any color. We use our Birds of Paradise. Or Frogs of Paradise. 2 mana. Dart Frog enters, gains Death Touch until end of turn. 1/1 creature. Wow. That's crazy. Glimmer Post. Oh, another Locust. When Glimmer Post enters the battlefield, you gain 1 life for each locust on the battlefield. Tap to add 1 mana. Eureka Moment, 2 mana, green and a blue. Instant, draw 2 cards. You may put a land card from your hand onto the battlefield. Jeez, that's another powerful one right there. Dang, man. You know what I'm saying? These draw cards and get a free land drop. A second land drop. Damn. Quandrix Campus, land. Campus enters the battlefield, tap. Tap to add green or blue. 4 mana, tap, scry. Scry 1. And these are all lands here. Oh, wow, not many basic lands here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 4. Wow, that's how many basic lands are in this box. Everything else is non-basic land. Interesting. Wow, what an interesting deck. Wow, that's the analytics is gonna freak out on this one. We got the little hard copy box thingy for commander. The commander. Let's slide this over here so it could get out of that shine. Here's Marit Lage. Ooh, look how big that one is. Token legendary creature avatar. Flying indestructible 2020. Ape. Forest Dryad. Token land creature. Forest Dryad. This creature is affected by summoning sickness and it has tap to add green. 1/1. Okay. Beast. 4/4 beast creature. 3/3 beast creature. 2/2 zombie. ** Hydra. 2/2 zombie. 4/4 beast. Another 1/1 forest dryad. Oh, and we got some more here in the back. Vivian Reed emblem. Creatures you control get +2/+2 and have vigilance, trample, and indestructible. Elephant 3/3. Plant 0/1. Boar 2/2. Elephant 3/3. Insect 1/1. My man got a sword. We got copy. Boar 2/2 boar. 0/1 plant and a 1/1 sand warrior. Wow, he is made of sand. Okay. Alright, so those are the tokens. This is a very interesting deck. Very interesting so far. Alright. So let me just push these and make some room here. We're going into the analytics. Here we go. Here we are. It's time for some analytics. Okay. So, the $1 million question is, how many land do we have? Let me move these over to here, along with these, so we can have some space, and we'll keep Omo front and center for all of you to see. All right. So land one. Let's round up all the land. That means we gotta separate all of these guys. That's a lot of non-basic lands going on here. Let's see here. Oh, creature, land, 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 land. Let's see. Land, land, land. Land, land, land. This is a freaking excellent enchantment, man. We tap a permanent for mana, produces twice that much. Man, that's tight. That's tight. Yeah, this deck really loves lands just as much as Desert Bloom does. I came to realize that Desert Bloom, another green blue in Ixalan, the Lost Caverns of Ixalan. Yeah, they're very, very land happy decks, Precon decks. It makes one wonder if they were setting all these decks up, these green-blue land-loving decks, for Nadu, because Nadu is pretty nasty. It's pretty nasty for what it does, and it looks for lands hard. It looks for those land cards very hard. There have been a lot of land manipulating precons in these recent sets. All right. There we go. So, how many lands do we have here? Okay, here we go. Okay. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44. 44 lands. Hot dang. That is 8 more than the recommended. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 30, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44. That's insane. And there's a lot of non-basic lands in here. So if you're in need of of non-basic lands, this is the deck. Let's see here. Creatures. Let's sort the creatures out. Let's move the lands up here. Okay. How many creatures does this deck have? Alright, so far so good. Alright. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. 25 creatures. One of them is an enchantment. No artifact creatures. Alright. One of them is an enchantment. There we go. Alright. So, one enchantment which includes the creature. Let's see. Let's round up all the enchantments. There you go. Alright. Man, it's pretty cool that propaganda ended up in here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 enchantments. Okay. Sorcery. Such an amazing card, Harmonize. Man, green got one heck of a card with that one. Excuse me. Okay. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 sorceries. Instants. Here we go. Okay, in terms of instants. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 instants. Okay. Cool, cool. Artifacts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 artifacts and 2 planeswalkers. Two planeswalkers. There we go. 2 planeswalkers. Alright. Which are not bad. Vivian Reed and Nisa Stewart of Elements. Not bad. Not bad at all. Alright. Time for the mana ability cards. What kind of mana abilities we got running amok here? Let's start with the regular lands. Well, not really regular lands. Okay. So, got the Urzas. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. So 40 lands have mana speed abilities. The other 4 do not. They're crazy lands. You know, this one creates creatures. This one copies. This one lets you. This one converts lands into 4s. Oh, sorry. Horizon of Progress. You know what? Because I didn't see the tap. I didn't see the mana symbol. That's 41, actually. Because this one can produce. It just costs you a life. Mana speed. Creatures. Let's see the mana dorks. Let's see what the mana dorks are. What kind of mana dorks? We got Poison Dart Frog. The Frog of Paradise. We got Frog of Paradise in there. Might not be a lot because this is all about dropping land. You know, land manipulation. So mana dorks might not be in abundance. So there's only 2 mana dorks. Okay. 2 mana dorks. Enchantments. I don't think enchantments can produce mana. They just copy lands. And just buffs permanents. So that's 0. Artifacts. We got Arcane Signet. That's 1, 2, 3. That's it. Oh. So that's it. Just 3 artifacts. All right. 3 artifacts. There we go. So that's our mana abilities. Okay. So that's mana abilities. 41 lands, 2 creatures, no enchantments, and 3 artifacts. This so far looks like it's wholly dependent on on landfall and land manipulation cards, which makes perfect sense. It makes perfect sense to not have a lot of mana dorks and mana rocks, since that's the case. That's the direction it's supposed to go, which is very fascinating. All right, so let's check out the mana curve. How effective is this? Being able to play the cards out. So we got 3, 3, 4, 6. Okay, 3, 3, 4, 6. This is 4, 1, 2. Let's move the 3 over here. Here's the 4. Here's 5. This is X. 4, 2, 3, 8, 3, X, 5, 4, 5, X, X. There's a lot of X cards in here. 2 mana, 3, 2, 3 mana. That's where our commander is at on the 3 side. 3, 5, 3, 7, 6. Let's just put that there then. 6. Here's 3, 6. So very, very high high mana costing cards here. 10. Here's 10 mana. Okay. See, 6, 7, 8. All right. X mana 1. 3 mana. Froggantua. What a name. We got 2, 2, 5. 2, 2, 5, 2, 4, 2, 2, 1, 3, 4, 3, 1, 3, X mana, and 5. Here we go. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, and X. All right. So let's replace this part here with X. I've been watching too much of that meme from Sharp, where the guy, where that general's like, that's quite right, sir. That's just my style. All right, let's see here. All right, so there's no 0 mana. Got expedition map. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. We have 4. Uh-oh, it's not gonna let me fill it in. Oh, wait. What's over here? No, text or the table. Let me see here. Borders and shade. Trying to. Let's see here. Drop. Wow, it's not gonna. There's no way for me to fill in like I used to. Man, this new MS Word sucks. Um. Hmm. Is this it? No. Hmm. Wow. Okay, hold on a second then. Oh, there it is, shading. All right. There we go. Whoop. Slipped up there. There we go. Where the heck is the... Oh, there it is. I found it. Wow, that's annoying. I'm used to it being down at the bottom. Everything being at the bottom there. But this new MS Word really... Ugh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9. 9 2-mana cards. Alright. We have 9 2-mana cards. Okay. 3-mana cards. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16 3-mana cards. Okay. This one is the Commander. There we go. Isn't there a lighter green? Hold on. Oh, I need to figure out where it is with the light green. Oh, it's not even. Huh. Interesting. It did not carry over. Well, anyway, here's our CO. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. There are 6 4-mana cards. Okay. Next up is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 5-mana cards. Interesting. We got a valley. Got a bit of a valley here. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. 6-mana cards. And we have for 7 mana, 1 7-mana card. Okay. We have 1 7-mana card. We got 1, 2, 2 8-mana cards. So we got some mini peaks. We got some mini valleys going here. Then we got a 10-mana card. Okay. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards with X mana. 5 cards? Did I count that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6. All right. So there we go. There we are. So this is not a very good mana curve. I could tell you that much. But it's very heavily reliant on wanting to fetch lands and drop lands. So it's banking on that. That's why there's 43 lands. To be able to handle these peaks and valleys here. And all these combinations. Very interesting. including 6 cards with X mana. So the idea is that you have so much so much land out, you can actually, like, if you get 10 lands out, you could be able to cover 10 on the X and drop some very very heavy X creatures or X cards that require that are filled in with 10. Let's set aside the planeswalkers. Okay, where's the planeswalkers at? Alright, because they're not going to factor much at this point. So, time for the power meter. We got 0. We have 10. I'll put this here. We got 10, 9, 5, 7, asterisk, 6, 3, 2, 2, 3, 2, 2, 1, 6, 1, 1, 1, 1. Okay, so far so good. We got a 0. We got a 1, a 0, a 1, a couple of 1s here. Oh my gosh, he's so disorganized. And 1. There we go. Alright. So let's see here. We got asterisk, 0, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. Get your act together. You're spilling everything all over the place. Alright, and there. Alright. So, I'll just put asterisk / 0 there. We got. Can I be able to add one more? Let me see here. Insert row below. There we go. All right, cool. I could put the asterisk up like that. And like so. There we are. Okay, so we got 1. Let's see, we got 1. This is very loose. All right, 1 asterisk. 1 asterisk. Okay. We have 1, 2, 3, 3 zeros. Okay. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9. We have 9 1s. Okay, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 2s. We have 1, 2, 2 3s. No 4s. 1 5. Wait, how many 5s? Yeah, 1 5. Okay. We have 2 6s. We got a 7, an 8, and a 10. Okay. So, yeah, the power scale is very all over the place. It's centralized on one power, but it is very much all over the place. Like, look how it fluctuates. It's very inconsistent. Okay. Let's go to toughness. So, 5. Got 3. 3. 4. 3. 4. 2. 2. 3. 1. 1. 3. 5. 3. 1. 1. 2. 2. And of course 0 and asterisk. So here we are. Okay, so here we go. We got 1 asterisk. What is it called? Like, do I have that color? No. Wow. Yeah, the whole color scheme changed. All right, fine. 1 0. We have 1 2 3 4 4 1s. We have 1 2 3 4 4 2s. We got 1 2 3 4 5 6 6 3s. Okay. 1 2 2 4s. A 5 1 2 2 5s. A 6. We got 2 6s. Interesting. We got a 7, a 9, and a 10. 7, 9, and 10. All right. So, wow. So the power and toughness scale. This thing, this whole deck is definitely defensive minded. It's definitely leaning into defense physically in terms of combat. Because you're not gonna get through with Apex Devastator. It's all about fetching, for one thing, and you're kind of giving your opponent a hug with this 9/9. So there's not much you could do. Like, I don't think they're really designed for offense. They seem to be more for the defense on the defensive end, which makes sense because if lands, if you're expected to manipulate lands, you would take a chance at living lands, which turns all your forests into creatures. I think it turns all lands into creatures. But the point is that it makes creatures out of lands, along with other land making creatures. You know, saying other or creature making lands. That's what it looks like it's leaning into, and the whole entire point of this consistent toughness, as opposed to the inconsistent power, is that you're expected to do some defense, to lean on defense, like just block, just giving you blockers rather than attackers. So that's actually pretty a pretty interesting approach to it. So let's deal with the tactical. It's time for some tactical. We're looking for draw cards, search cards. This says search. This is draw, search. This is tap. Move that there. Let's see here. Control. Nope, that's something else. This is a destroy. Put that there. This copies. That's not the same. This is a lock. Mana tapper. Here's draw. Exile other cards and counter all abilities. That goes up here. Draw 2 cards. Here we go. Whenever, see, sacrifice the desert, and whenever desert is put that card into the battlefield. This generates creatures. No, this doesn't give you. I mean, it doesn't do what it's supposed to do. Copy, destroy. Okay, generate land, draw 3 cards, create a token, search, bounce, return all creatures to the hand. Let's see here, draw a card. Let's see, bounce goes up there. Let's see, if you tap mana, produce that much. Draw 3 cards, exile. Draw X cards, create tokens, draw cards, and mill. So that's kind of a hybrid move. Well, yeah, it's a hybrid move. So because this goes to the graveyard as well. This sends cards to the graveyard because it's a mill. Destroy, cascade. That's top decking. You may destroy up to 3. Destroy. Create hydras. Create. Let's see here. This is draw a card. This lets you draw a card. No. Everything is that's manipulation. This is a buff. I'm gonna control. Yeah, that's a. Let's see. You may play an additional land. That lets you additional lands. That's manipulation. Turn target card from the graveyard to your hand. This is recover. This is recovery. Mana producing target until end of turn. Haste. Untap. Nope. Return a land card. You control. Draw a card. Yep. May play lands from your graveyard. That's recovery. Whenever a land enters the battlefield, draw a card. Yep. Let's see. Each player who has lost the game, you may mill that many cards. Put any number of lands from among them onto the battlefield tap. That's I don't know if that's if I should categorize that as recover. I don't know. It's kind of 50-50. I'll say it's recover since it lets you put any number of lands from among them onto the battlefield tap. Okay, you know what? It's a recover. Prevent all damage, combat damage. Let's see. Enter the battlefield. Look at the top 6. That's top deck. Untap target lands. Destroy. Here's a destroy. Look at the top 5 cards. That's top decking. Create 1/1 insect creature. Okay. Wayfinder. That's a top deck. Nope, that's a mana dork. When you cast a spell, you gain half life. Trample into the battlefield. X+1/+1 counters. This one's search. Search for a land, put onto the battlefield tap. Alright, and that's search. So here we go. Alright, here's our tactical. Okay. Here are all our tacticals. Tactical cards. Alright. So, All right. So just to get ahead of the curve here, this this says draw X cards and target player mills X cards. So I could target myself to draw X cards and target my opponent to mill. So we're gonna do that. Where's orange? And this is going to the graveyard. So that's going to be lavender. All right. So there we go. That's settled. Just put that up there for visuals. Yeah. Okay. So Drown in Dreams covered both draw and graveyard. So let's see here. Okay. For search, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 cards that search. Okay, 4 cards that search. Draw. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We have 11 cards that draw, plus Drawn to Dream, so that's 12 cards that draw. So let's stretch this out. Okay, and let me just mark 12 here. There's actually 12. Okay, top deck. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 top decks. All right, and I saw 1 recover card around here. So so there's 1 recover and 4 top decks. Okay. To the graveyard we have 1. Oh, here we go. You may play lands from here. It is. That's the recover. Oh yeah, and this is the other recover. So, I agree that was gonna be a recover. Even though you mill your cards, you do get to recover from the land. So here's the destroy. Oh, and this is also a recover. Enters return target creature. Oh, all right. I didn't. Cool. Okay, 3 recovers. Here's the destroys. Oh, don't do that. Dang it. There we go. All right. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 cards plus the Drown in Dreams. So that's 6. That's 6 cards that can destroy and send to the graveyard. Exile there's 2 cards that exile. Okay. And 1 card that return all creatures to the hand. No cards get sent to the deck. Sent back to the deck. So here we are. This is it. Let me find Vezov. Let me find Omo. Here's Omo. All right. Here we go. All right. Perfect. So, this is definitely it definitely does live up to its land focus as it was designed to be. There's with very little enchantments to work with, plenty of sorceries, mostly with a good chunk of destroys and some instants and artifacts. It's a little balanced out, but the enchantments you're low on the enchantments. 2 planeswalkers that can help you pull out lands and manipulate creatures. The mana abilities is a nightmare because there's more lands. You only have 2 mana dorks. There's no enchantments that can help bolster it to make matters worse. You only have 3 mana rocks. So you on one hand it does make sense because there are a lot of cards that tons of cards that manipulate land and get land out and everything. But at the same time, mana rocks has always been the bread and butter, as well as mana dorks in terms of generating mana. Considering how much mana a lot of these cards have, as you can see on the mana curve, there's 10 mana, 8 mana, 7 mana, 6 mana, 5 mana. There are way too many cards that are 5 mana and up, as well as X mana cards. That's not really good. Even if you can draw, even if the deck, this precon lets you drop a lot of lands, and I mean a lot of lands. If you get screwed, one bit in terms of drawing mana out of your deck, you're not gonna, or worse, you get a handful of 5, 6, 7s, 8s. You're basically hosed. There's no way you'll be able to do it. Sure, there are some cards that'll let you create creatures, but they are pretty expensive to do. They're pretty expensive to do wholeheartedly. Not very good. This is not very good. And you could forget about treating your creatures as attackers. The hydras are easy to block. They don't are easy to get blocked out. Let's see here. Yeah, the jellyfish, the hydra crisis can definitely help you attack. If you get enough mana on it. It's got flying trample. But then you have the big one, the other hydra, the big hydra. Hydra Broodmaster helps you get creatures out, but the problem is that you're relying on Monstrosity X, multiple instances of Monstrosity, multiple payments of Monstrosity X to pay off. So you still need more mana. You get a 7/7 creature, but your opponent can take them out very easily. So trying to generate mass amounts of creatures is extremely difficult. And on top of that, cards like Curse of the Swine is giving your opponent creature cards, and that doesn't really help one bit in this deck. Terrastodon, it doesn't help. Sure, you're killing off an opponent's creature, but you're giving them a creature in return. I don't think that helps one bit. I mean, I know it gets rid of heavy creatures, like some like commanders and such, but I don't think it's really worth the trouble giving your opponent, a creature in exchange for a creature. It's I just don't think that's good for a deck like this. See, Chimera Hydra, all you get is Cascade, which is great, excellent. You could fetch out a lot of good cards out of it, but then that's all it is. But then now you're stuck with a 10/10 plain creature. You know what I'm saying? Unless you can get the Devastator back to your hand to cast it again. If you can find a way to bounce it back to your hand and redo it. But it's not really worth the trouble for being your attacker. So that's very, very, it's a trick. It's kind of like a trick. I mean, it's all about the lands, so it's playing on tricks, but your opponent will see through the tricks and stop you. Tactical, plenty of draw cards, because again, this deck is not reliant on physical violence with the regular cards. You'd have to create token creatures, and you need to get all the lands out to be able to optimize and maximize cards like the Broodmaster to get a crapsack ton of creatures. You could be able to search, which is not really good for search cards for top decks. Recover, not much to recover with. You got the decent amount of graveyards, but again, cards that exile and send cards to the graveyard will create creatures for your opponent to have. I don't know. This is not very good. It's not a very good design. I think this is. I feel like that this was designed to just get you the cards, because, like I pointed out, Desert Bloom and was it what was that one from Ixalan? Because it was the other one that's green blue. Completely forgot what that one was. Hold on. Let's see here. Lost Cavern Precon. Let's get the name of this here. Yeah, Explorers of the Deep. I think is that the one? Yeah, Explorers of the Deep. That's the one. That's the green blue one. That's the other green blue one. So Desert Bloom and of the Deep, Explorers of the Deep. These are the ones that get you lands. They have land grabbing cards, land fetching, land manipulation cards, and so on. So it seems like with this, along with Nadu, in that also came in Modern Horizons 3, the whole entire objective is to, break down these decks and put in, make Nadu your commander, and be land focused and land heavy. They be land focused and land heavy. You become land focused, land heavy deck. You would want cards like Living Lands to help you out. Any card that could get you lands out of the graveyard, that can mill the cards in, and you go and yank them out of the graveyard. That kind of stuff. Land manipulation is extraordinarily difficult, especially if you're going to do man lands, because if you turn them into man lands, you're basically going to become a target for wrath. Any type of board wipe will eliminate them, and then you'll be out of land. You'll be out of land from what I could see here. Yeah, overall, this is if you really want to do a Nadu deck or any type of land manipulating commander, then you could definitely take Tricky Terrain along with Desert Bloom, and you'll have all the land manipulations and land tricks you need to be able to do it. Maybe it'll hold its own if you play it on its own, but this is a deck that definitely requires a lot of deck teching, because you don't want to play cards that destroy creatures or exile creatures and gives your opponent, creatures in return, to replace them. I get it because it's cheap, it's quick, but for a deck like this where the toughness where the toughness is, you're relying on the toughness to block creatures, to physically block creatures, and you have more lands than anything else. You could get really, really hosed very, very quick if you don't have what you need, especially with the non-basic lands, which helps you find non-basic lands, kind of thing. So, yeah, this seems more like a resource precon. Saying you're just getting the cards. That's it. You're looking. There's like a group of cards you're looking for, and it's in here, and you want to get that. Like not just Arcane Signet, but like if you're doing a desert deck. You got desert cards in here and cards that manipulate desert. If you're looking for Hydras, like I am, a whole lot of Hydras are in this deck. That's basically the gist of it. It's this is definitely designed to just give you resources. If you're looking for Locust cards for your Eldrazi's or any colorless deck that you're doing, you can find it in here as well. I'm sure it plays very well. Let me know in the comments how it plays, but from what I can see in the analytics, it's very, very inconsistent in so many ways, and it feels more like it's about just getting the cards, the resource cards for your other decks than to actually something you want to play with. But give it a shot. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if you're good at land manipulation, but like Desert Bloom, it's very. Let me see. Let me compare that with Desert Bloom. Actually, here we go. Actually, this is a very interesting thing here. Desert Bloom, by comparison, is actually a lot better for a land manipulation deck because look how tight the mana curve is. The mana curve is very nice and tight. You know, it's got very good defense, but it also gives you some offense to work with. Lots of resources on tactical, plenty of resources on tactical, and it gives you some graveyard and exile killers. But in terms of tactical, it's very very tight. You get a lot of tactical. It's very you got plenty enough attackers to work with on fives and sixes, and you got a good chunk of defense, and the curve is extremely tight. As you can see how close it is. There's no valleys. It goes up and then it cascades down nice and smoothly with very few X cards. And you get 40 lands, of course, but but um, but you get plenty of creatures and sorceries. You get plenty of sorceries to work with. Um, but by comparison, look at the Omo's mana curve. It's just peaks and valleys. It's trying to give you these big cards to mess with the lands with, but the resources are very good on the draw side. But in terms of being able to go on the attack, it's very very difficult. You have to really manipulate to get those tokens out and to get some good heavy hitters out. But you'll be finding yourself more on the defensive end, if anything. So there we go. You see that? There we go. Had a nice comparison between the two analytics. So there we go. That was Tricky Terrain, Modern Horizons 3 Commander deck. Comment, like, subscribe, follow, you want to, and head on over to Amazon.com and BarnesandNoble.com and grab yourself a copy of The Impossible Man, a strange fantasy novel written by me. You'll find the link down in the description below, along with links to other merch like pins, t-shirts, music, stickers, and so on. Thank you for your patronage, and if you're interested, you can join me on my live multi-stream Monday through Thursday, 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I look forward to seeing you hanging out then, out here, out there, everywhere. So, until the next Deck Tech Analytics, thank you all for joining me, and I wish you all a good night, a buenas noches, and oyasumi nasai.